Time now for another check of the forecast. And obviously the big story of the day is the fact that we've got the first hurricane making U.S. landfall. And Scott, this was a hurricane we've been tracking almost for a full week now.
Yeah, we've been tracking it all the way from east of the Caribbean and then continue to work its way on in. At one point was a major hurricane up to a Category 5 hurricane. Now this morning made landfall as a Category 1 first U.S. landfall hurricane of the season, tropical system. As we take a look, Dallas City Cam, the time lapse shows that we have the cloud cover move through. We will see tropical rains off and on through the morning hours and then into the afternoon hours. That coverage goes up as Beryl gets closer. That's why we issued an alert here from the First Alert Weather Center as we track Beryl. Flood watch through Tuesday morning in effect because of 4 to 7 inches of accumulation possible with some localized 8-inch amounts not out of the question. Wind gusts to near 30 miles per hour also cannot be ruled out, and some possible strong to severe storms. Now, looking at that center of circulation, still well away from North Texas, but we've seen those far outer bands rotate their way through. That center of circulation is to the southwest of Houston and continuing to see a lot of heavy rain on that eastern side. The backside, you see some of those stronger winds, but right now we're dealing with some of the stronger winds, that heavy rain, and even now another tornado warning just now issued for parts of Hardin County. Quick spin up in one of these feeder bands that's rotating its way around that center of circulation. On top of that, dealing with the flooding concern down near the Houston area over just a 6-hour period near downtown Houston. 6.5 inches of rain accumulating about 5.5, a little bit more than that just to the northwest of Galveston. So 4 to 5 to 6.5, even near 10 inches just to the north of Brazosport. So we will continue to track the forecast track of Beryl as right now that center's 20 miles to the west of Houston. Will continue to ride up 45 through later today into the evening hours, then pull its way off towards the east into the northeast. Still seeing winds gusting up to near about 72 miles per hour to 66 in Houston out of the east. You notice that northerly flow on the backside of it. We're going to be dealing with some tropical storm force wind gusts here in parts of North Texas as we go through the day today, especially into the later afternoon hours, mainly down towards our southeast. Aaron, as Beryl gets closer, we're going to continue to see the rain move through and also dealing with some of those winds.
Yeah, we've been dealing with the outer bands, just like most outer bands from this system. But of course, the significant storm activity is still ongoing near that eye that's moving just to the west of the Houston area right now. But flash flood warnings, tornado warnings, no warnings here in North Texas as of yet. We do have that flood watch, though. And as you look to the Brazos Valley, you're starting to see some steadier rain pushing to the north. This is the flooding rain that we're concerned with here over the next couple of hours, really into this afternoon and then heading into the early evening hours. Now, because we've had cloud cover, we've had some rain, our winds are out of the north, temperatures are still sitting in the 70s as we approach the 9:30 time frame on this Monday. Mineral Wells is sitting at 80 degrees right now, but that's the warmest spot. Keep in mind that the farther west you are today, the rain chances are going to be lower. These rain chances really kind of pick up the farther east you are, especially closer to the 45 corridor. We've been tracking Beryl for days now, really intensely, and watching that track shift a little farther to the east. So here in North Texas, the farther east you are, the higher the rain chances will be. Temperatures should be able to get into the low and mid 80s this afternoon. That's still 10 plus degrees cooler than where we should be for this time of year. But, if you want to get out and try and enjoy some of the more mild temperatures, you certainly can, but you're going to run into rain and gusty winds, especially as we get a little bit closer to midday. Here's that flooding rain into the 2 o'clock hour. By 5 o'clock, again, you see it's very spotty along into the west of 35, but to the east of 35 and to the east of 45 in particular, that's where we're most concerned with that flooding threat heading into this evening. But once we get past about 1 a.m., most of this is clearing out. So tomorrow you see just a 20% chance for rain and temperatures back into the low 90s. But our weather alert continues today, of course, Scott, with the concern over that rain.
Yeah, and we have rain showing up right now on our Dallas City Cam. You can see there behind me. So at times seeing some of that heavy rain moving its way on through. Speaking of the rain, take a look at this. The radar estimated rainfall. These are potential potential rainfall forecast shows that 4 to 7 inch amount down through Henderson County, Anderson County. But the further west you go, you see that really just taper off as we go through the remainder of the afternoon hours. So Aaron just showed this to you again. We wanted to show you that 7-day forecast of us really seeing the sunshine return and near 100 degrees going through the weekend and into next week. More of our continuing coverage of Hurricane Beryl coming up next.